Good Friday morning, South Carolina Weather Watchers. I am your host for South Carolina Weather, Justin Peterson, and let's talk about the weather for your Friday. Now, looking at the radar right now, nothing going on inside of the state of South Carolina right now, but let's take a look at the Charleston radar, see what we have down here. Uh, Obviously, we have these downpours that are about to move into the Charleston region in around, I say, another hour or so, maybe like the next couple of hours. We'll start to see showers in pretty much this area right over here. Start to see there's a lot off the coast there, maybe even some minor showers that the Columbia radar wasn't catching, just to the west and the north of Allendale. So we may have some showers over there as well. And then as we move on to the MRMS, because you always know that nothing never happens inside the United States. So looking at it now, we do have some rain up there to the northeast. That heat wave is still going on, even though I do think that there's some people saying that we could be starting in the downtrend of it now. We still do have some showers and storms still over here inside of like places like Wisconsin, Minnesota, South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska. Well, yeah, North Dakota as well, Nebraska, Colorado, and even into Utah. We're seeing some storms, some excessive heat warnings going on in Utah. Do have some heat down here in California, and some showers going on over here inside of the north central U.S. and inside the Rockies. Also do have some rain down here in Texas and Florida with the low pressure right here. That's moving close towards Georgia. Here's our cloud cover right now. You can see that it almost looks like a classic hurricane look almost, but it's a low pressure. Instead, you can see that you have like the cloud cover that's moving in, but that if it was a hurricane, that cloud cover would be associated with like some heavy rain. But no, it's just kind of just like a big, just like pretty much just like a big arm that's just cloud cover that goes all the way from Florida all the way through to North Carolina as well. Nothing for the upstate and the Midlands, only for the low country and the PD regions though. And more cloud cover will follow as we get into the 13th Z. As we move this forward, you can see that more cloud cover will build into the low country and the PD regions of South Carolina. And then even as we go into the Midlands of South Carolina, as you go into tonight, you can also start to see cloud cover still build, and maybe even starting to get into like some clouds from the north may try to be pushing down towards the Midlands and may actually push the cloud cover that was at the Atlantic back, and might have a little zone of clouds trying to push each other, and the ones south seem to be prevailing a little bit. Here's our current temperatures: 84 in Columbia, 82 in Charleston, 84 in Savannah, 86 in Augusta, 82 in Anderson and Greenville, as well as Rock Hill, 80 in Myrtle Beach, 84 Sumter, Bishopville, Florence, and Loris. High temperatures around 94 in Columbia, 83 in Charleston, 85 Hilton Head, 92 Aiken, as well as up there in Greenville, 90 in Spartanburg, 92 Rock Hill, and then 85 Myrtle Beach, in which we go into the peak sustained winds as well. Peak sustained winds today will be pretty, again, breezy along the coastline, and pretty much the immediate coast. Everyone else, if you're not in like the low country of South Carolina or the PD region maybe, or even the Midlands, parts of the Midlands, you're like Aiken, Orangeburg, and Barnwell, it's going to be calm, especially up there inside the upstate. Upstate only getting around 3 mile per hour sustained, 5 mile an hour sustained up there inside of Spartanburg as well. But like Charleston 14, Moncks Corner 8, Hilton Head Island 4, Myrtle Beach 13, Georgetown 10, Columbia 8, Florence 8, Sumter 8 miles per hour, Anderson 7 miles per hour. But in terms of gusts, that goes up a little bit. 18 in Charleston, 21 in Hilton Head Island, 18 in Myrtle Beach, 16 in Georgetown, 16 in Orangeburg, 13 in Columbia, 7 for Spartanburg and Rock Hill, 9 in Greenville, 10 in Anderson. Forecast precipitation for the next 24 hours. Again, that's scattered thunderstorms. Again, we're not exact on where all of them will go. A bit more of a better picture, though, right here, though. Maybe a quarter of an inch to a half an inch possible in Moncks Corner. as well as Walterboro, and then maybe a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch, probably in like Charleston, Hilton Head Island, maybe even Kingstree as well. And then everyone else seems to be there's some isolated. There's some other spots like I pretty much said like the entire low country of South Carolina will maybe see a tenth of an inch or more. It really just determines on where those showers and storms go. But once you get to like Columbia, you're just out of it. Like Columbia, Chirac, Camden, Aiken, there's like a line there, and everywhere else to the west, everything else west of that, up there towards the upstate, no rain is really expected for y'all up there. Let's check out the models and see what's going on here. So we're at the 13Z. Here it is. We push this forward. As we get into around 12 o'clock, we do have some showers and some downpours pushing through. Actually going a bit more inland than we thought. Going up towards like Moncks Corner, Somerville regions, as well as over here near Myrtle Beach. And up there inside of North Carolina is going a bit further as well. Isolated showers continue through the Tri-County region and go towards the low country. And then we have a huge we have some thunderstorms again just off the coast of like Georgetown, and then maybe even some huge downpours going through Georgetown as we go into around 4 o'clock. And then 6 o'clock, here we go right here with some more downpours pushing through. 7 o'clock, isolated showers continue throughout the late evening, nighttime hours. So it's going to be, again, it's going to be on and off rain for most people. You could rain at 3 o'clock, and then it could rain at 6 o'clock. It really just determines on where you are. Here's our SPC outlook. We are under a day one TSTM, pretty much from Columbia. The line that we're talking about, Columbia, Camden, Aiken, all the way down to like the coastline. Under a TSTM, everyone in these regions could see a thunderstorm. And then here is our Atlantic tropical cyclones and disturbances. So here's the map. Let's talk about this one up here. It says updated recent data from an Air Force Reserve reconnaissance aircraft and visible satellite imagery indicate that an area of low pressure located around 120 miles east of Jacksonville, Florida, has developed a well-defined center of circulation and is producing winds near 35 miles per hour, but the associated showers and thunderstorms are not quite organized enough for the system to be considered a tropical cyclone. However, only a small increase in the organization of the showers and thunderstorms could result in the formation of a short-lived tropical depression before it reaches the coast. Before it reaches the coast of northeastern Florida or Georgia tonight, in interest there should monitor its progress. For more information, refer to the high seas forecast by the National Weather Service. So, it now has a 60-60. Earlier this morning was a 50-50, now it's a 60-60. 60% chance of forming in the next 48 hours, 60% chance of forming in the next 7 days. It's getting higher, and the more, as you heard, the more organized it gets, the more stronger it can be. Right now it has sustained winds of up to 35 miles per hour inside the center of that storm. So moving down to disturbance 2 over here, though. So that broad area of low pressure is forecasted to form over southeastern Mexico later today. Environmental conditions appear conducive for gradual development after the system moves over the Bay of Campeche tonight, and a tropical depression could form over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico this weekend, while it moves slowly west-northwestward or northwestward. Interest along the Gulf of Mexico should monitor the progress, with a 50% chance of forming in the next 48 hours and a 60% chance of forming in the next 7 days. So, tropics are ramping up. It's that time that if you really have not started preparing for hurricane season, you're a bit late, and you definitely need to start, because this is not, you never know what can happen. We could have another hurricane that's just like some in the past that you may remember, or could have no hurricanes. It just really just determines on what's going on and what's going to happen. So, but that's all that I have pretty much. So everyone have a fantastic rest of your Friday. Almost weekend. Just one more day, or maybe like a couple more hours closer, whenever time you get off. So, I am out. I'll be back tonight, 9 o'clock, with another forecast update.
Hey!